I'm 103 years old today. My body, it doesn't work anymore. Can't walk without help. Can't see the faces of the nurses clearly. My hands, look at them. They shake like leaves in a storm. But my mind, that's cruel, isn't it? My mind remembers everything, every mistake, every moment I threw away like it was nothing. You're young. I can tell by the way you sit there checking your phone, thinking you have time. That's what I thought too. I thought I had forever. I need to tell you something, and I need you to listen like your life depends on it. Because it does. I wasted it all, 103 years, and maybe I truly lived 20 of them. The rest, just motion, just noise, just me, running on a treadmill I built myself, going nowhere, achieving nothing that mattered. Let me take you back. I was 23 when I married Eleanor. Eleanor. God, even saying her name after all these years. It still does something to my chest. She had these eyes, brown, like warm honey in sunlight. When she looked at you, really looked at you, you felt like you were the only person in the world. We got married in a small church. Her dress was simple. We had $17 between us. $17. And I remember thinking, this is it. This is what life is about. I was right that day. That 23-year-old kid was smarter than the man I became. But then life happened. Or what I thought was life. I got a job at a manufacturing company. Started at the bottom, and I was determined to climb to the top. My father had worked in a factory his whole life and died with nothing. I swore I'd be different. I'd make something of myself. I'd provide. I'd be successful. Success. That word poisoned me for 40 years. Eleanor got pregnant. Our son, Michael. When he was born, I held him for maybe 10 minutes before I went back to work. I had a shift. Couldn't miss it. Couldn't lose the overtime pay. Eleanor was in that hospital bed, exhausted, crying happy tears, holding our baby. And I left. I tell myself I had to. I tell myself we needed the money. But that's a lie I've been telling for 80 years. The truth, I was scared of being poor, scared of failing. So I worked, and I worked, and I worked, 70, 80 hours a week. I'd come home after Michael was asleep. I'd leave before he woke up. Eleanor would leave me notes. Michael said his first word today. He said, Dada. I'd read them and feel this little twinge, this tiny moment of regret. And then I'd fold the note, put it in my pocket, and go back to work. Weekends, I worked weekends. Holidays, worked those too. Double pay, you understand. That promotion was just around the corner. Just one more year of grinding, one more year of sacrifice, and then I'd have time. Then I'd be the father I wanted to be, the husband Eleanor deserved. One more year became 5, 5 became 10, 10 became 20. I got the promotions, got the raises, got the bigger house, the nicer car, the respect of men whose names I can't even remember now. And every rung I climbed on that ladder, I left pieces of my life behind. Michael's first day of school, missed it. I was in a meeting. His baseball games, missed most of them. Made it to 3 out of 12 seasons, 3 games out of maybe 100. He'd look for me in the stands. Eleanor told me this later. He'd look for me before every at-bat, just to see if I came, if I cared enough to show up. I didn't. His high school graduation. I was there, but I fell asleep during the ceremony, exhausted from work. I woke up when everyone was clapping, and I clapped too, pretending I'd been present. But Eleanor knew. She always knew. Michael stopped asking me to come to things when he was about 14. Just stopped. He'd tell his mother about his life, and she'd try to tell me, but I was too tired to listen, too stressed about the next project, the next deadline, the next thing that doesn't matter at all now. Eleanor, my Eleanor. She tried for years to reach me. She'd planned these little things. Let's have dinner, just us. Let's take a walk. Let's go see the ocean. We've never seen the ocean together. And I'd say yes, meaning it, and then I'd cancel. Work emergency. Important client. Can't reschedule. I watched the light in her eyes dim over the years, like someone was slowly turning down a lamp. She stopped asking eventually, stopped trying to pull me back from the edge of whatever cliff I was running toward. But she never stopped loving me. That's what kills me most. I was 68 years old when I finally retired. 68. I'd worked for 45 years straight. Know what I got? A watch, a handshake, a small pension, and they forgot my name within 6 months. Everything I'd sacrificed for, gone, meaningless. They replaced me in a week. But Eleanor was still there. She was 65, and we finally had time. I looked at her one morning, really looked at her, and I saw an old woman. When had that happened? When had she gotten those lines around her eyes, that gray in her hair? I'd been so busy looking at spreadsheets and reports that I'd missed her aging right in front of me. "Eleanor," I said, "I'm so sorry." "Oh," she just smiled, took my hand, said, "We have now, David, let's not waste now." So we didn't. For 15 years we lived, really lived. We took that trip to the ocean, stood in the water like children. We sat on our porch every evening, holding hands, watching the sun go down. We laughed. God, we laughed about silly things. We talked for hours about nothing and everything. She told me stories about Michael's childhood that I'd missed. I cried. I cried so much during those years, mourning the time I'd lost, but she'd wipe my tears and say, "I'm here now, you're here now, that's enough." But it wasn't enough time. It's never enough. Michael, my boy, he grew up and became a good man, despite me, not because of me. He became an accountant, got married, had 2 children of his own. He lived 3 hours away, and I'd only see him on holidays. There was this distance between us, this canyon I created that neither of us knew how to cross. When I retired, I tried. I called him more, visited more, asked about his life. He was polite, kind even. But there was something missing. That easy love between a father and son, we didn't have that. I'd starved it to death years ago. Then one day he called me. His voice was different, quiet. "Dad," he said, "I need to tell you something." Cancer. Stage 4, pancreatic. He was 61 years old. I remember dropping the phone. I remember Eleanor picking it up, talking to him, her hand over her mouth. I remember thinking, no, not yet. I need more time. I just got him back. But time doesn't negotiate. Michael lived for 18 months after that diagnosis. I spent every day I could with him. I'd drive those 3 hours, sit by his bed, and just be there. Finally I was there. We talked about everything. He told me he'd been angry at me for years, told me about the times he'd needed his father and I wasn't there, told me about the hole in his childhood shaped exactly like me. "But I understand now," he said near the end. "You thought you were doing the right thing. You thought providing was the same as loving." "It's not," I whispered. "No," he said, squeezing my hand with what little strength he had left. "It's not. But I forgive you, Dad. I forgive you. I was there when he died, held his hand, watched the life leave his eyes. I was 87 years old and I'd just lost my only child. Eleanor broke after that, shattered really. She'd held us together for so long, but losing Michael, it was too much. She stopped eating much, stopped smiling. She'd sit in his old room, holding his baby pictures, and cry. 2 years later, she had a stroke. She was in the hospital for a week. I never left her side, not once. I held her hand and talked to her, even though she couldn't respond. I told her everything I should have said 50 years ago. Told her she was the love of my life. Told her I was sorry for every missed dinner, every broken promise, every time I chose work over her. On the seventh day, she squeezed my hand. Just once, barely. And then she was gone. That was 14 years ago. 14 years I've been sitting in this room, waiting to join them. 14 years of remembering, regretting, wishing I could go back and shake that young man and tell him what really matters. Because here's what I know now, sitting here at 103 years old. That job that feels so important, it's not. They'll replace you. They'll forget you. That promotion you're killing yourself for, it won't fill the empty spaces in your life. That money you think you need less than you think, much less. You know what you can't replace? Time with the people you love. You can't get back the moment your child says, "I love you," for the first time. You can't get back Saturday mornings in bed with your wife talking about nothing. You can't get back your son's hand in yours, small and trusting. You can't get back anything. I have money in the bank, enough to pay for this place, for the nurses, for whatever time I have left. You know what I'd give to be broke and have one more day with Eleanor, one more hour with Michael. Everything. I'd give every penny. But money can't buy time, can't buy back the past. Please, please, listen to me. That person you love, stop putting them second. Stop saying later and soon and when things calm down. Things never calm down. There is no perfect time. There's only now. Your children, they don't need a bigger house or fancier toys. They need you on the floor with them. They need you at their games. They need you to listen, really listen, when they talk about their day. Your spouse, they need you present, not just physically there, but present. Put down the phone. Turn off the TV. Look at them. See them. Stop running toward things that won't matter when you're dying. I'm dying now, any day. And you know what I think about? Not the promotions, not the accolades, not the things I bought or the money I made. I think about Eleanor's laugh. I think about the way Michael smiled when he was small. I think about all the sunsets I missed because I was in an office. I think about the life I could have had if I'd understood earlier what life actually is. Life is not achievement. It's not accumulation. Life is love. It's presence. It's showing up for the people who matter. Don't wait until you're 103 to figure that out. Don't wait until everyone you love is gone. Please, learn from my mistakes. Let my regrets save you from your own. Because I promise you, when you're at the end, alone in a room like this, you won't wish you'd worked more. You'll wish you'd loved more.